man. It's all the way down there. Hey, I'm John Greaves III. I'm the founder of Garage Gym Life. You guys know that I love home gyms, and I love even more getting to get out and check out home gyms in person. And so that is part of why I'm here in Melbourne, Arkansas at Outback Gym with my good friends, David and Christy. How you guys doing?
You're doing good.
Yeah, good.
This is huge. You know, what's your square footage?
1,500 square feet.
1,500 square. And so this building was already here when you got the property, right?
Yeah, the building was here. We've added all the equipment to it. Thank goodness we are able to do that. But we found the perfect property that fits us. We have this nice building, and we're ingratiating it with strongman and powerlifting.
As soon as you get a space this big, you immediately have a decision to make about flooring.
Yes.
Because we want to cover the floor up, but a lot of times people don't want to go with the stall mats. They want to go with roll-out fitness flooring. You guys got stall mats. Did you guys buy this new, or did you buy it used?
We bought it at Tractor Supply, non-sponsor, but we did.
But hey, I am taking money.
Exactly. But when we did it 7, 8 mats at a time, what we could fit in our truck, and we hand placed every mat in here. I think we've got 56 mats, and we hand placed every one. That's after we cleaned the floor, we sealed it, we got all the dirt and trash out, and
It was super dusty.
it was really dusty.
Oh yeah.
And now we have these nice stall mats, and it fit within our budget to get them. The rollout was a little more to have it shipped here, so we went to stall mats.
Okay, so the first piece of equipment I want to talk about is this awesome t-shirt rack that you guys got here. Tell me all about it.
Well, this is the EliteFTS t-shirt rack.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many of these are made, but it also does double duty as a yoke.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that on their website, but yeah.
If you look at it, you can see it's actually a yoke. It's got plate holders on the side. We've got some sandbags hidden behind. We've got our t-shirts hanging here that are for sale if someone would want some.
And you guys normally have those t-shirts? The t-shirts that are hanging here, I mean, I'm joking about it being a t-shirt rack, but do you guys normally have t-shirts for sale?
We do, and we use replica screen printing out of Cave City, Kentucky. It's a female-owned, woman-owned small business, so we like to support them.
Shout out to Heather.
Yep, and we get great t-shirts from her, and on this nice rack.
All right, so let's talk about the rack itself. What do you like and dislike about it? Because I know that you guys have used a lot of different brands in the past. David, you've been competing in the sport of strongman for a long time. Christy, you've used a bunch of different yokes. So what is it that you guys like about this, and what are some dislikes?
One thing is we like that it's sturdy.
It is sturdy.
Is one thing. Another good thing is it's really wide.
Yeah.
So if you want to do stone over bar, it gives you a little more room to work with than your average yoke, which is a little more narrow. But this thing is super sturdy, and it's very easy to move up and down.
Okay. Now, one thing I noticed right away is the diameter of this crossbar here. This seems really, really thin. That seems like it'd be uncomfortable, especially with the amount of weight that I know that you can carry.
It's very uncomfortable for me.
It's uncomfortable. To me, it reminds me more of a squat bar.
Okay.
And when I have it on my back, I can feel it and adjust it a little better than having something larger in my hands or having my hands out to the side on a yoke like.
Especially since it's so wide too.
Yeah, I'm not that big. If I were Shaquille O'Neal, perhaps that would be perfect for me to put my hands out. But until I become Shaq.
All right, so with the smaller diameter, it's easier for you to adjust it up there. Okay.
Correct.
So you've got a good collection of sandbags. How do you like those?
We like them. We find that they're easier to lift
than
a lot of sandbags out there. Compared to what I use, they just feel right. I noticed that it's hard to get them to the weight that they specify. So this one's supposed to be.
They come with filler bags?
They don't. But they don't leak. There's no issues. There's some kind of liner inside, and they don't leak. They zipper up and then they Velcro shut. They don't. I can't quite get 250 in the big one. It's kind of close. But just the feel in the hands, they just kind of feel good and they're easy to use.
Okay. What about these Throwbags? Let's see. You've got two here, and then you've got another one there underneath the table that's holding those chairs back. What do you guys think? Well, these are the Cerberus bags.
The reason that we got these is because I had a competition last year that we were going to use these.
Okay.
So we got some bags, and we found that we really like them.
Okay.
They're very sturdy. We bought some off-brand bags. The first time we threw them, we had sand everywhere.
Oh, that's not good.
These don't do that.
Okay.
These hold their sand, and they don't let it go anywhere.
Nice, nice. Now, one thing is these silencer pads. A lot of times when people get silencer pads, they get them because they want to keep it quiet for the neighbors. You guys are on 5 acres,
Yep.
so I doubt the neighbors are going to care, but I know that you guys still get good use out of them. So what do you use these pads for now?
These are for equipment love, John.
Okay.
We love our equipment, and we don't want to damage it.
Okay.
So we put these down when we're doing log, when we're doing stone. We've got
Stone over bar?
concrete. Yep, we've got
Okay.
concrete underneath here. Concrete can be damaged. You drop a 300-pound stone on, just this. It's you could get a, cracked floor.
Yeah.
But these here, we've got some from Titan. We've got some of these from Amazon that are Yes for All,
Okay.
and they're comparable and they're great. We love them.
You guys have athletes come in and train with you quite a bit, and so you've got multiple options and a lot of different pieces of equipment, and that includes the farmer carry handle. So you've got 3 different styles here. So tell me about this style right there first.
These are the front-loaded style. These are from Titan.
Okay.
These are a pandemic buy.
Okay.
We could not get farmer carries handles from anyone.
Okay.
Thank goodness Titan had them.
All right.
And we use these basically for outside use, if we're
Okay.
going to use them outside, because you have the bumpers on them and
Right.
they don't tear up.
So so obviously if you have weight on them, then you're not going to have the handles on the ground like that, even though it's going to rotate down a little bit. But at the same time, you are going to have to reach down and kind of pull them up.
It is a lower pick point.
Yeah.
It is a lower pick point.
And did they come with collars for the ends?
They do not.
They do not. Okay.
They do not. But we have some nice metal clamps that we put on there.
Okay.
Works very well.
Okay, so that is something to keep in mind if you're going to get the Titan farmer carry handles. You need to make sure you have an option for collars, because these don't take the normal diameter collars.
Right, it's a little
It's
different.
going to be a little bit smaller, but there are options out there for actual
Snap clips work very well as well.
Okay, yeah. So that right there is actually an even lower budget option.
Yep.
All right. Now let's talk about
And
these.
John, can I add?
Yeah, of course.
that these are really nice, especially for beginners.
Okay.
So somebody just like maybe getting into the sport,
Okay.
these are super light, so it's something that,
That's
A good confidence builder, right? It's a good confidence
Yeah.
builder.
yeah.
How's the balance point when you're carrying them?
It's very similar to
Okay.
the other ones.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. They typically have a shorter handle.
That's
than
why I was
these others.
asking, because the
And-
handle's shorter. So.
And they did a really good job designing them, so
Okay.
they stay in your hand well, and they don't really tip forward or backwards.
Nice, nice. All right. So let's talk about these. You said that these are a brand that I don't believe is in business anymore.
Right.
So what brand is that?
Well, when we bought these, we were told they were Pitbull.
Okay.
Who we also have, we'll talk about later, we have a log by Pitbull as well.
And you thought
When-
he just made records.
Yeah. So, and he actually, we actually bought that directly from him, the log.
Okay.
But these we bought, another kind of a pandemic buy. A guy had them, wanted to get rid of them.
Okay.
And we stepped up and we got them. These are a little lighter.
Right.
They're 38 pounds, so they're not heavy.
Right.
Also, very durable, very strong. They feel good in your hands, even though they don't have knurling. They feel good in your hand. It's smooth, but just a nice overall package with these.
So let me talk about some of the things that I like about these, and we'll say a couple of things that I don't like. So what I love about these is that they're top loaded. So that means you don't have to have collars. I love that about these, and I love the fact that it's very simple. It's a very simple design. There's not a lot of moving parts to get screwed up. What I don't like is the fact that they're flush with the ground. And so if somebody's not careful, you can set them down when it's fully loaded. You can set it down on your foot. So do you guys find, now you have a pretty good wings, lat spread.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it as much because your arms are actually going to hang out here. Do you ever, when you use these, have any issues? Like, do you have to make sure that you set it down like that?
Not really.
Okay, okay.
And when you think about it, the other ones we have as well are kind of similar to that. These are the ultimate option for protecting your feet.
Right.
And another thing about what I don't like about this is the ends are open.
Okay.
So if you were to use them outside, you're going to get dirt in them. You're going to get gravel.
And, yeah.
And same thing. These don't have
Bugs.
covers, and they may have originally had covers on them when
Right.
when they were new, but they don't now.
Okay.
And to replace them would be very difficult.
I got you. Okay, so let's come over here to the top of the line. This is the Cadillac of the gym, all right?
That we have
What brand is
anyways.
this?
Yeah. These are our Cadillacs.
That's right. Hey, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me about these.
These are 45 pounds a piece in
Okay.
each hand. They actually come with a piece that has a frame with them, so you can make a frame out of them.
That's nice. Okay.
It's really nice. So it's a different lift, so it kind of changes it.
Like a frame carry. Okay.
These have 2 different levels where you can do your picks from, and they're very easily adjustable.
Okay.
So you can take this out and drop it down pretty easy.
That's good when you have athletes of different heights.
Right.
Okay.
Or if you
want a deficit. Yeah.
Yep. And here's the frame. The deficits is what I like about it.
Okay.
And that's the frame pieces, and it's not intuitive to put those in, but it goes in, and when it does, it's snug, and the weights fit down on the frame, so it can't pop out.
Okay. Did they come with the knurled handles like this?
It did. It came with the knurled handles, and it's a love-hate relationship.
I was going to say, like, some strongman competitors don't like the knurling, some do. Well, how do you feel about it?
When used in conjunction with Affinity USA Alien Grip Jizz, I absolutely love it.
Okay.
Without using any kind of liquid chalk or anything, or chalk, I'm not a big fan.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah.
You love it. All right.
This is her go-to whenever she's doing her big PRs on farmers. This is her go-to thing.
Now, the thing is that a lot of times, sometimes you can use straps in certain farmer carry events. So why does the knurling matter?
I can hang on to it better.
Okay. So you don't use it with straps?
No.
Okay. Well, then.
And I'm not saying that we're purists or anything about it, but if we're gonna overload ourselves, maybe frame we do with straps to just feel the weight.
Right.
But we're always working on grip strength because we want to have a better grip. But I've never really done farmers with straps. I've seen it done before, absolutely. But we just choose not to. It's just a personal choice.
Okay, so let's talk about your other yoke. We already talked about the EliteFTS one here. This is a Titan yoke. Let's compare this one to the EliteFTS one. The first thing that jumps out to me is the diameter of the crossbar. This is so much thicker. What are some of the factors that go into you using this one versus using the EliteFTS one?
Well, this one actually fits me better because I'm taller. The EliteFTS one we have is short, and this one is tall. While I like the feel of the smaller bar on my back, if I'm wearing a grip shirt, this one stays put really, really well.
I see that you've got some safeties on here. You guys use it as a squat rack?
Besides being a yoke, this thing is very, very versatile. So we've had our Monolift arms on here. We have used it as a squat rack. You can see our J cups. When we're doing overhead holds, we put our, we put these on, and it's so versatile, just the amount of things you can do with this yoke. If you want to deadlift with it, you can drop it down and do some short range deadlifts.
Okay.
When I was training for an overhead press for a yoke, or I think it was a yoke, I trained this. I used this because this is a tall yoke. It's easy to get under and press. It's just versatile. Kind of the takeaways or the cons from it. It's not as sturdy as the EliteFTS yoke. Nowhere near as sturdy. This one I've had loaded up to about, I want to say about 850 pounds. And it's a little wobbly.
Yeah, I can feel it right now. It's wobbling. It's really doing that.
Yeah,
the
but
Elite didn't move.
But it's a good, solid product. I mean, as versatile as it is, and as many things that you can put on this. The Titan T3 rack, which is this same rack here, these, all the equipment that goes with that fits on this as well.
Oh, that's nice.
It is.
So one thing that you didn't mention that I noticed as soon as I was looking at it is, because you have a number of athletes who come here to train for different sports, it seems to me, because this is an 8-foot tall piece of equipment, that you could run this up and use it to train for some of the obstacle course racing, pull-up type things.
Oh,
so
you could.
You could do hangs and train basically your false grip, train that on there very easily, because this is so thick and you're able to get it all the way elevated really high, which is not something you could do on just every yoke.
And I use it for stretching as well, because if I get my hands over my head, I can release my hips a little bit. And then I also do hangs from it just to work on my grip.
Okay, so since you brought up your Titan Power Rack, let's go ahead and let's talk about it. First thing that jumps out to me is something that may not be possible in some home gyms, but you guys got really high ceilings.
Yeah, we do.
I'm looking at the height of this thing. So how tall is this?
It's a little over 8 feet tall. It's similar to the yoke. These support columns are almost identical to the support columns on the yoke.
Okay.
As far as spacing and everything.
That is really good, because I love it when you have versatility in terms of the utility of something that you have in your home gym, because, well, obviously for you guys, space doesn't look like it's at a premium, but you still don't want to fill up your gym with a whole bunch of redundant things. So It's great when you can interchange things back and forth.
Well, this is a great multitasker, just like the yoke is.
Yeah.
You do have things that are just for one task, and those are great. But if you have something that you can get a lot of utility out of,
Yeah.
then that's worth its weight in gold.
It seems like this would be a great way if you've got more than one person squatting.
Yes.
Then you can have one person squatting over there on the yoke, and you have somebody else squatting right over here.
Well, you can actually have somebody squatting here. You can have somebody squatting on the inside.
It's true, yeah.
And if you get really crazy about it, you could probably figure out a way to put them on the side and squat there too.
Nice.
But I don't think they recommend that.
All right. If you do video it, let me know.
Okay, yeah.
Let's talk about these Monolift arms. How do you like those?
Love them. They are adjustable. They're great. You can just basically stand and squat.
How hard is it to adjust the height of them?
It's difficult. It's heavy.
Okay.
You have to be strong.
Okay.
They are heavy. They just pop right out just like a regular J cup.
Oh, okay, okay.
But they're heavy. It just pops right out. But
oh, I got you, yeah.
you can see they're so heavy that you have to push them forward
Yeah.
in order to get them back in.
So the thing that I see is like when you do that, like you're saying, because it's heavy, now it's banging into this right here.
Right.
It's not smooth. Obviously, this is not. It's not like you're on a time schedule, but it's still one of the things that might be annoying because you're like,
It's
okay, I don't have to
heavy.
deal with that. Yeah. Especially if you're training by yourself, you're like, I
Right.
just want to get this done. Or you might be in a time crunch. Maybe you're doing this and then you got to go to work or something
Right.
like that. So that is something to keep in up.
But they are great. I mean, they work perfectly. They're counter lever exactly how they need to be. When you stand up with the bar, they drop right out of place for you.
Nice.
And you put it back in, and they come right back to where they were.
Perfect.
Good product.
So you've got the spud low pulley attachment. This one is not a spud attachment though. So tell me about this one.
This is just a basic low-cost pulley that we acquired. And
Acquired.
acquired.
I know what that means. I was in the Marine Corps too. I know what that means.
This one was acquired.
It doesn't mean what it means in the Marines.
No,
right?
it doesn't. We actually paid real money for this.
Okay.
It's not gear adrift. But it's a great pulley system.
And I used it earlier, so I can vouch for that.
It's very smooth. The attachment came with it. It's got a couple different cables that are adjustable in size. So if you're tall or short, or if your rack is tall or short, it's easily adjustable.
Yeah.
And this one is easily adjustable, and it can go up. I mean, I've had over 100 pounds on it so far, and no issues.
One thing that I really liked about it when I was doing like a quick arm session, is that this didn't swing a whole lot. Now, I don't tend to have a whole ton of movement swing when I do movements with the pulley anyway, but it was just nice just seeing that this tends to stay in one spot. I really like that. I love the handle. It wasn't super slick, so I was able to do like some overhead work as well, some push downs with it. So I really like that. Do you know what brand this is?
I have no idea.
Okay. Well, whatever brand it is, you did good work.
Yeah, it's quality, and
I like that.
this also fits on the yoke.
Might actually even be Frankenstein.
It could be, but this one fits on the yoke as well.
Okay.
During the pandemic, we made one.
Okay.
It wasn't as good as this.
Right.
It squeaked and it was garbage.
Right.
But it got us through the
got
period
the job.
we needed
I
to
got
get
you.
through. Yeah.
What I like about that though is you started out with a DIY option and then you upgraded as options became available, and that's what I tell everybody. If you got a home gym, don't necessarily go run out and buy the most expensive thing right away, because what happens if you end up not needing that thing?
Right.
Then you just got a piece of junk sitting. It's not junk, but it's just sitting around you don't use.
Right.
And it's useless to use. So I like that you went with the DIY. You're like, yeah, we really do use this. Let's look around for a way to upgrade it. I love that. That's a good job.
And then to accommodate this, we also have the Spud, the low pull.
Yeah.
And we love that one as well. It came with the hamstringer on it. I haven't used the hamstringer yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Let's talk about your log collection here. You've got 3 different types, including one of a type that I've never seen before, but we'll save that one for last. You've got, let's see, the first one is obviously Titan. It's got his name on it. Tell me about, what do you like about that? How you like it?
This Titan log is a really nice log. It's rackable.
Okay.
So if you want to do rack
It's got
work
knurling on the handles.
It does have knurling on the handles. It's a little more narrow than what I would normally use for a log, but it's a good 10-inch log.
Yeah.
It's good for a beginner. And we're going to be using it at Static Monsters tomorrow, so we're going to have people who are more advanced.
Is that the
using it
one
as
that
well.
your wife uses?
It is, yes.
Okay.
And this is the one she's throwing over her head, putting all those PRs on.
It's such a trade-off, man, with logs, because from one log to the next, they're going to feel completely different. And how, when you do that shift, they're going to feel completely different. So the first thing that jumps out to me is how much thicker the handle is on the Titan log versus this one. So this one's wider, but the handles are so much thinner. You can see right there, this is so much thinner than this one, which is knurled as well. So that's going to be something that to me, when you're buying a log, it's almost, if you're able to get your hands on it in person before you buy it, do it, because one log to another is not going to be the same thing. You can't say, well, I've trained with my friend's log,
Right.
and then you get another one, because if it's not the exact same brand, it might feel different in your hand.
Well, there's also a word for that. It's called Strongman. Okay. So the implements are varying. So you have to adapt to what the implements are and be ready to move them. Yeah. This log here is a pit bull.
Okay.
And we order directly from Pitbull when he's back in business. I'm not sure why he's out, but I hope he can come back one day. And this log is just amazing. I love this log. It weighs, I think this one weighs 105 pounds.
Okay.
And we put various stickers on it. We've got some from Impact Mouth Guard. We've got Spud. We've got Belt Fed Strength, which we get our belts from. Yeah. Another Marine. And it's just a great overall log. You can beat it up. You can throw it. You can toss it. And it's got a lifetime guarantee. Okay. Yep. And the ends are solid too. Okay. So everything about this log here is solid.
Nice. I love that. The fewer welds you have, the better. Because there's fewer things to break. All right, so let's talk about this thing here. I've never seen it. You were telling me about this before, actually on the phone before I came out here. These have rotating sleeves.
Yeah, they do.
That's so odd.
Never seen it before.
Oh man, it spins really well too. Yeah. How does that feel when you use it? Have you used this?
I've not with weight on it, but I can't imagine, using it without that the centrifugal force of having the weight come up with you and roll that log.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like.
That's going to be interesting watching people use it.
I'm hoping some people will grab it tomorrow and throw some weight on it so we can see what happens.
Yeah. Because, in fact, we keep on referring to tomorrow. David is hosting Static Monsters 2022 right here in this gym. And if you're watching this video after that date, you can still just go right there. And there's a link to check out that entire live stream, which we're providing free here on our YouTube channel. But yeah, I'm hoping that some people will try it out, because I want to get some feedback from competitors about what they think of this log and how they feel about it, because that is such an interesting idea to have the rotating sleeves. At one time, barbells didn't have a rotating sleeve, and it was actually harder to lift them.
Right.
And the Olympic lifters wanted rotating sleeves so they could handle more weight. And that's where, that's how we end up with rotating sleeves. But I don't know how well that's going to translate over to a log. Well, so I'm interested to see.
And that's one thing that makes the axle hard. The axle cleaners hard. Yeah. The axle cleans harder because
Continental cleans and
Well, I don't really do Continental. I like to, if I can clean it, I'm going to clean it.
Right.
But it makes it more difficult to get that spin. So you have to actually let go of that bar and re-catch it. With this, it's going to be interesting. Maybe I'll try tomorrow. We'll see what it looks like.
We'll see if we can talk to somebody into using it.
Yeah, and it's also a 10-inch log, so it's a little smaller than the Pitbull.
All right, so let's talk about your stones since we got them right here. Is that a stone of steel?
No, this is a stone of my own making. It's a hybrid.
Oh, okay. It's just like that because it was black. Okay, yeah.
This has the paint on it. It's
a stone of David.
It's a stone of David. We'll call it David stone.
That sounds good.
And this one weighs 265.
Okay.
We got these stones here. We've got 300, 250, all different size.
Where'd you get your molds from?
Well, we actually got these from Tampa Atlas Stones down in Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
Strongest Up, which is my daughter on Instagram. Yeah. We drove down to Tampa and picked these up. And on the way, we cut back through the Panhandle and we picked up our Circus dumbbells.
We've got 2 Dynabody products here in your gym for right now. And let's talk about the first one, and that is the competition bench. So this looks like, did Heavy customize this for you?
He did, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I see like the USPC logo on there. Yep. Heavy's a good guy. I've known him since the 90s.
He is, and he's easy to work with. And with
the back in the 20th century, kids.
And with USPC, I'm on the executive committee of the United States Powerlifting Coalition. Okay. So we had this one specially made for competition reasons, just like we use in the powerlifting meets.
Okay. So let's talk about some of the features of it in case people are not familiar with this style of competition bench. So obviously these are your some people call them safety, some people call them face savers, and they do exactly that.
Yep.
Save your face. Don't leave home without them. All right. What are some of the other things that you like about it? I know I like that step-up pad right there.
Yeah, the step-up pad is nice. But the big bencher in the family is this lady over here. You want to tell them what you like about this bench?
The pad is so nice, you could take a nap here.
It is. Okay. I know that it's nice and wide. Sometimes you see competition benches and the pad is very narrow, and that can be uncomfortable, especially as you start getting more weight on the bar. It can not feel too comfortable. So yeah, in fact, that's why Donnie Thompson created the fat pad. I guess that's a free commercial for Donnie Thompson.
It kind of is a free commercial for Donnie Thompson for this one.
Send me a check. Anyway, there's two features that I love about this. Number one, look how shallow that lip is. Sometimes the lip on the J cup is high, and so it makes it difficult for you to stay in the correct position, especially if you're lifting by yourself. It's difficult to unrack it because you're supposed to actually like pull it out instead of lifting it out. So lifters can push themselves out of position trying to get up and over the lip. So I love the fact that this lip is so shallow right there. And the other thing I like is that this is deep, because sometimes on some of those other style competition benches, especially the ones that are like the combo racks, this is very shallow, and the danger there, especially again if you're lifting by yourself, is when you rack it, it can bounce off of the back and come right out because this is so short. I understand why they make it short, because like for the squat, you don't want somebody to have to pick it up and go a long distance. But for me, this is over my face. I would prefer to have a little margin of error right there. So I really like the way that Heavy designed that.
You can get your shoulders down, get your scapulas in, and you can really dig into the bench. It's got a good texture to it.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah,
and you see a lot of people putting chalk on benches. You don't need to put chalk on
Not
this
necessarily.
one. Once you're down.
I used to do the thing with the band and all that. Unnecessary.
You don't need that.
I like that.
And like you're saying, the face savers are great. Easily adjustable, just up and down. It only takes one person to work it from the back, and it's got this nice plastic here to protect you. Okay. So overall,
we love it.
We love it. Thank you, Heavy.
So tell me about some of the features that you guys like about this.
It's smooth. I mean, I can't really say anything besides it's smooth, and even though when you put a lot of weight on it, it doesn't feel that you have a lot of weight on it because it's so smooth. There's no catching, there's no glitching. It's got nice storage on the side. And another really good design, this right here, as you can see on the side, these are rectangular or square. So the plates slide on and off really easy.
Nice.
So when you're unloading,
that's a big deal.
When you're unloading 10 plates on each side, they come right off, and you can drop about 7 on each side. When you get up from this, so when you're getting up and getting down, it's got this nice handle.
You can pull yourself up.
So you can pull yourself up and down.
Yeah, because you're probably tired because you just leg pressed.
Yeah. And legs don't work as well after you leg press.
Oh, you've got 2 sets of wagon wheels.
And axles, yes.
And 2 sets of axles, okay.
Yes.
All right, so tell me about it. These are Titans?
Yeah, they are. Just like a lot of things during the pandemic, we couldn't get things. And Titan was there for us. And these are, they're really good at what they are. For Static Monsters, it's 42.5 centimeters. These are a little short, so we had to build some platforms for them. So these are custom built platforms. Never really done anything like this before, but I tried it. This bar has no give on it, so it's a very stiff deadlift. And like you said, we have 2 sets of these. Right. We would stick with the Titan over any other brand because so far they've just been good for us.
You've got 2 Circus dumbbells, a pumpkin bell, and then you've got your inch dumbbell replica. So let's start over here with the Circus dumbbells. You've got 2 sets of them. How heavy is this one?
This one is 85 pounds. And this one is 75 pounds.
85, 75. Okay.
And this is a 12-inch, and that's a 10-inch.
Okay.
These were made by Knudsen Fabrication.
Okay.
And these are nice because the ends come off.
Okay.
So you can put weight on, you put a collar on, and then you can put these right back on.
And it screws down.
Yep, and it screws right back on. And if something were to come off, and of course it's not going to do what I want it to do. There we go. And if something were to come off in there, it keeps you safe from the weight falling out on you.
And this is one of the products that you use with the silencer pads we were talking about earlier.
It is. And if you look at the handle on this, the handle on this is absolutely huge compared to most Circus dumbbells. Yeah. It sits in your hand. You can't really put your thumb around it well. Yeah. So it sits in your hand to press, which makes it that much more difficult.
So I will say that, though, that one thing that is good about that is whenever you have the narrower the diameter of a dumbbell handle is, the more it's going to hit your pressure point and actually cause pain. And over time, that can actually lead to elbow issues. So that the fact that you're going to be handling so much weight with that and you have a thick handle, it's probably a good thing from a health and longevity standpoint. So that's really cool that they thought to make it like that. So tell me about this pumpkin bell here. What's going on here?
This was made by me and my daughter Sarah.
Okay.
We decided to see if we could do it. So this is a DIY. So these are just
this is not just light. This is actually, it's got weight to it.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. It's around 45 pounds, I think. Is that right?
42
pounds.
This is a legitimate training implement, right?
It is. We do use it. 41 it says on it.
Okay.
And this is just concrete. We got some plumbing fittings and we made it. Mostly it was her idea, and she did a great job on it.
All right.
And I like it because I can actually lift it. These
These are a
You
little
can't lift
heavy.
them yet.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever will, and that's okay.
And there's Sarah.
But yeah, the pumpkin I can do.
I have faith in her
I got
that
faith.
she can lift whatever
We're
she
gonna
wants in
believe
this
for
gym.
you until you believe for yourself.
That's right. And also, don't stop believing.
Even.
That's a song or something I
Yeah.
heard one time.
Thanks.
I was gonna go with until you get enough, but you know.
Oh, that's another good one.
That's right. Keep on.
When I do that, I have to raise my voice like, don't stop till you get enough.
That's right. All right, and down here we've got the inch dumbbell replica. You said that this is loadable, but you ran into some issues with it.
Yeah, so again, we bought this off Facebook Marketplace.
Right.
So one of the ends, somebody's torqued it down so tight we can't get it off. So I'm going to take it and get it fixed. And then EliteFTS said that they will fix it.
Oh, nice.
So
So this is an EliteFTS product?
It is an EliteFTS
Okay.
product. This is the Thomas Inch replica dumbbell. And if you don't know who Thomas Inch is, please use your Google,
definitely
and,
Google
and,
that.
and look up Thomas Inch.
That dude was legit.
And it's a great story.
Yeah.
And you can pick this one up here. It's not too heavy. It's probably 65, 70 pounds.
First of all, I can pick up all of these.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let's just start there.
Not at the
Yeah.
same time.
Did you see that?
At the same time.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
I only got two hands.
Right. But
Yeah.
it's a great implement. I can't wait to get it fixed so we can use it. Rogue has their Monster Bells, which are very similar to this.
Right.
Monster Bells aren't in the budget, but Facebook Marketplace is definitely in the budget
And
for
it
us.
came with
Yeah.
that bucket.
And it did came with a free bucket
Mhm.
of lead.
Yeah.
So that is a lead full,
Yeah, so well,
You
that
know,
goes with the dumbbell, right?
It does.
So that, all right, so it's got a
and
nice
it's
shot.
probably 50 to 70 pounds in that bucket right there right now.
Yes. Okay, so we've been talking about athletes coming and training with you guys. You guys do get a fair number of people who are interested in competing in powerlifting and in strongman who just want to train the movements. But you, Christy, actually teach yoga. So
Yes.
tell me about the yoga classes that you have here.
So it's at 10 o'clock on Saturdays. However, not
Every
this-
Saturday?
Well,
Well,
that's,
except for tomorrow.
yeah, we're not doing it tomorrow because Static Monsters.
Okay.
You
You should make that an event.
Yoga at Static Monsters?
Yeah, that'd be
That would be ugly.
It would be history making.
It would be.
If people wanted it, we could do
We
it.
would do it.
Yeah. So 10 o'clock on Saturdays, however, not tomorrow.
Okay.
We've got yoga mats in case people don't have their own. They can borrow some.
Okay.
I was doing 45-minute classes, and it's just kind of a nice flow of get warmed up, kind of take that time to stop and breathe, go through some poses, and long stretches at the end. So when I used to teach, I would do a cycle class and then yoga. Really nice stretch with hip flexors and
Right.
just good flexibility.
Like start the recovery
Balance.
process. Let me ask you this. Do you have a limit on class size?
However many we can fit in here.
Okay.
We could take a platoon or two.
Oh, well, there you go.
Maybe a small company.
A
Small
summer
company.
platoon or more of a winter training?
We'll take a company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
the most I've had is 4 people, and they signed in. We had
Okay.
Lisa, Caden, Stephanie, Megan, Acinda.
And there's two things to note here. Number one, Chrissy's been teaching yoga for
A long time.
a long time. So she taught her at Globo Gym,
Okay.
and she made a ton of money, at the Globo Gym.
Right.
Not really. But now we do it for free.
Okay.
But one of the things that we also offer is a money-back guarantee. If
Okay.
you come and you do yoga and you don't like it, you get your money back, right?
Exactly.
But almost double money back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We may do double money back in the
Yeah.
future.
All right, so I'm assuming that this is one of those things where it's just kind of like people just reach out to you and say, hey, I'd like to come over and train, whether it's yoga or strongman or powerlifting. So how can somebody get in touch with you if they do want to, number one, just follow your training, or if they want to come out here and check out some of the stuff you have here at Outback Gym?
Okay, so I will answer your question, but one of the things I want to say is I want to say thank you to Keith Baker with Arkansas Powerlifting. His Facebook group drives a lot of traffic to us. So if it weren't for him, then we wouldn't kind of have what we have. We are on Instagram.
Okay.
I am Credible Huck. This is Sofa Queen Suite. Our gym is Outback Gym. I think it's just Outback_Gym
Yep.
on Instagram. And we also have Arkansas Strongman on Instagram. And if you want to reach out, it's David at Hucklebee.net.